party.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to the Tez and Jess talk show.
Chats with Tez and Jess.
Chats with Tez and Jess.
Welcome.
I like it.
Come on.
It's got a ring to it.
Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Grab a tea. Grab a tea.
Grab a tea.
I've got a jasmine tea here.
Oh, it's bloody hot.
She's hot. We're gonna give that time to cool down. Okay, dokie. Well, if you're new here, you've probably seen the thumbnail and the title, and I unfortunately have no eggs left, and I'd really love to become a mother. Hubby would love to become a dada. And we need a little help, and we need some eggs, and my sister-in-law Jess has kindly offered to donate for us, and she will be our egg donor. So, I'll link a couple of my videos from my Instagram that we have done on the lead up to where we have gotten now, I guess. And we've got a few questions that would love to, well, more frequently asked questions that I've gotten and that Jessie has got as well. And we thought we'd kind of go through them and kind of just explain how the whole process works and, yeah, answer some of the more common questions that we have got, because it is quite a unique journey, and but it's a very special journey, and it's been like a real beautiful one to share with Jess as well. So we'll just share like our experience and what we've done and just answer a few common questions. So I thought we'd just start with like how it works from the get-go. Is basically it's IVF, but with me not having any eggs, Jess is doing the egg retrieval and I am doing the transfer to carry the baby. And I guess when finding a donor, I have gone through a couple of the options of choosing a known donor or an unknown donor. That's over on my Instagram. So from here on out, I guess once Jess had offered to donate for us, there is obviously part of it is compatibility, and I guess just having medical screening, proof that your eggs are good. Jess has got 3 beautiful children already, so we tick that box. And yeah, what did you do? It was blood test and ultrasound.
Yeah, I did a blood test, I did an ultrasound, and they checked like my egg levels, and then ultrasound like actually counting like how many I had. What else I've had to do? I've had to do a little bit of admin, you know, like filling out forms and things. The counselling sessions,
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you have to do mandatory counselling sessions with a counsellor. So me and John have done 2 sessions, and it's more just legal information, to be honest. And you've done 1, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got 1 more to go, and which is
all together.
Yeah, all of us together, just to make sure everyone's got the information that they need. Go through legalities and just make sure everyone's on the same page. And genetic testing.
Oh yeah, did an inside swab just to make sure that my what's the word we're looking for? Capability? No.
Make sure you're compatible.
Compatible. That was the word. Compatible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can never remember what they test for off the top of my head, but it's a genetic carrier screening test. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to guess what they were, but yeah, so that's a way we're testing at the moment. I think that takes about 6 to 8 weeks to come back. And say, for example, if Jess come back as a carrier for one of those 3 things that they test for, then John needs to get tested to make sure he's not the carrier of the same gene. So that's basically what that's all about. And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Hey, let me check my notes. Yeah. And so, obviously we live in different countries. So I'm in Australia, Jess is in New Zealand. And once the counselling is done and the genetic results are back, we pretty much have the go-ahead to move forward with an egg retrieval, which is exciting. And yeah, maybe we can share more about that when we get to that stage, because we only have information that we have in our own research on that process, so we can't really share too much on the specifics of what's involved. But yeah, we're most likely looking at a long holiday for Jess, and that
she's not complaining.
She's not complaining about.
Get to go back to Aussie again. Yes.
Yeah, so we might cover that in another video. Maybe that one will be in Aussie.
I think so.
I think so. Okay, so maybe I'll just start with some questions for you. And as well, like, if you've got any that, like, people have asked you quite commonly as well, bring them up. But what made you to decide, or how did you come to the decision that, I'm going to offer to donate for Tez and John?
Well, I think because I've known you for so long. Like, I've known Tez since she was 14. Like, we've grown up together. I stood by her side, when her mum passed away. She stood by my side on my wedding day. And I just think, like, standing by her side and helping her become a mum is just, like, the most natural and meaningful thing that I could do. So that was quite an easy decision, I think. And also it's been something that's kind of, I've thought about a lot. Like, Tez and I share a lot with each other, so I knew about her fertility struggle for a while, and so it was kind of lingering in the back there. But when I went over and saw her in Australia, there was, like, probably 2 things that she mentioned that I was like, ooh, okay, I think that I can really help her. First one was she said to me that was a bit weird, like, looking at anonymous donors, I'm not, like, feeling that connection. And I know because we're so close that would make her feel better, I think. And then the other thing was she mentioned that she kind of mourned, not having a biological child, but what about her culture, Māori culture? And I thought, well, shit, I'm Māori, same iwi even, so that was like tick. And so I was just thinking a bit more seriously about it, and then I came home and did some research, thought about it emotionally, talked to some people, and then I said, made the offer.
Yeah, and I think like as well, you going away and doing that research as well. So like I think a question for some people they think about is like, how did I choose a donor, or like, why Jess? Like, what made you move forward with Jess? And everything that you've said, we've known each other for ages, and we've just been like quite close for a long time. And Jess like had gone away and done research on it, and I feel like you're very in tune with your emotions. You're very like, when you make a decision, you like, that's definitely what I want. Like, you're very.
That's why I had to sit with it. I was like, if I'm going to do this, I have to feel 100%.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to think about this seriously.
Yeah, and also like the implications of what it is to be an egg donor. There's so many things that you don't really think of as well, like considering her current children and, like even long term, like how do they feel about it? Or like her husband, who's my brother, it's speaking to your mum. Like I just really respected that. It just, like, I was like, she's serious about this, because you'd spoken to everyone and done research, and you'd sat with it for a while. And there's that part of it for me that I really respected, but like deep down it's just you just know. And I think that's what I learned early on when I was doing my research. I'm like, where the hell am I going to find a donor? How do you know when it's the right person? And so I initially went on to egg banks, and I was looking at all the profiles, and I was like, this just feels a little bit off. One of the most important things for me is I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of my future children, and none of my decisions are for me. It's nothing that I want personally. It's for them, and what's going to give them the most I just want them to always feel safe and always know their story and feel loved, feel like they were wanted. And yeah, I just didn't want them to feel like anything was missing from them. And if I went with an unknown donor, there could have been, you know, I might have missing medical information, or I just don't know as much about them to support my child through life genetically. We know nature nurture comes into play, but you know, the more you could get, the more support you could have for your children, the better. And I also would have really loved for our donor to be in their lives. And yeah, I just checked all the boxes, and with my heart as well, like compatibility wise and just emotionally, we were very like open and honest and transparent with each other. There was no beating around the bush of anything. We were just really honest with each other. And I think we both felt quite aligned with that and what we shared. But yeah, your heart knows, like you just know when it's the right person. So if anyone is in the same position, like, yeah, just keep moving towards that. And just try and really connect with it, and you just like, you know, when you know, you know. I can't really explain it other than that. So what kind of things were you considering before offering it? Like, was it an easy decision, or was it a hard decision? You sat with it for a while. What kind of things did you consider? Maybe people might not even think about, or...
I think there was definitely aspects of it easy. Like, it was easy because I loved Tez. I wanted to help her on this, you know, and there was some more harder things. Like, I had to make sure that, you know, my husband was going to support me, like, and that he was supportive of the whole idea. And bless him, I came home and I hopped off the plane straight away after being on holiday with Tez, and I was like, I'm seriously thinking about donating my eggs to Tez. Jake was like, yeah, if I had freaking eggs, I'd give them to it, you know. And so yeah, he was so supportive from the very beginning. But then like we also sat down and like researched like exactly what the process was going to, you know, be. Because we've got 3 kids, you know, I knew that potentially I might have to travel over to Australia. I knew I'd have to, you know, give myself injections. I'm not that great with the needle, so I was like, you know, like, will you be able to help me with that? And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that he was also emotionally okay with it. And yeah, and then the other person I talked to was my mum, and again, yeah, she's been a big part of Tez's life too. So I think because we're family, it makes things a lot easier, like, because we are so close.
Yeah.
And then even the journey so far, like, me and Tez have just been really vulnerable and open with each other and sharing, like, even the littlest thought that comes into our head.
Yeah.
And it's just so far, it's just been such a beautiful journey, and just, yeah, really open. And then, yeah, I just had to think about emotionally, you know, because it is going to be my DNA. Yeah, just thinking about what that would mean emotionally for me, and that I would be okay with it. And that's why I had to sit with it for a bit, because, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was going to be 100% okay. And, yeah.
It's a huge emotional journey, isn't it?
It is.
Like,
yeah.
Like 90%, maybe 95%, maybe higher.
We've had lots of tears.
Yeah.
Mate. Lots of sharing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of tears, and yeah. It's just a huge emotional journey. So yeah, I think being open and honest and transparent with each other, and we've just, I think we've created that really safe space that like I feel I can say anything to Jess, and vice versa, and it's just safe, and we can both accept the way each other feels and help support each other as well. But yeah, that it has been like, it's been a beautiful journey so far. Like, from originally finding out for me was starting this journey was just the hardest time of my life, and like now I'm like, man, like just because taking it head on and just everything I've learned so far, relationships have grown, the conversations that you have, the emotional work that I've been doing, like, yeah, I just feel like I'm leveling up a little bit.
It's been a positive journey, eh?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it has. Yeah, it's been a real, it's been a real positive journey, and
you feel so loved. Like, I know Tez has shared that, you know, she feels so loved that I'm giving her this gift, but vice versa. Like, I know a few people offered to give their eggs to Tez, and
which I'm so grateful for, by the way.
Yeah, and to know that, you know, she picked me, and I just feel like I also feel so loved. And I think, yeah, it's just a really beautiful thing.
It's been an amazing journey so far. Will I tell my kids that they are donor conceived? 100% yes. That's never been a question for me. Like I said, there's no secrets. There's nothing that I would hide for them, or I want them to know their story and know how they got into this world. And I just feel, they just have so much more love for them as well, having the people that are helping us bring this child to life, or children. Like, Jess plays a huge role in that, and not only now, but when they're here as well, and this child just has more people to love them. That's how I see it. We've talked about like children's books, and for me, I just have a vision of children's books, and they'll never remember a moment in their life where they found out, you know, that they were donor conceived, or they will just know from the get-go. That's how we will raise them. And you've already shared some stuff with Arlo, and
so we're the same with our kids, you know. Like, I've been sharing that, you know, Mum's gonna help Auntie have a baby, and I think Arlo was explaining the process to you the other night.
He was explaining it was so cute, and like being here for maybe a day or so, like stayed a night and the next night, and he's like just watching TV, and he's like, so you really want a baby in your belly? And he's like, Mama's gonna help you? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what's Mama doing? And Mum's gonna give you an egg and put in your tummy. And the way that he was explaining it to me, I can tell Jess has done such a great job already planting that seed with Arlo. The other two are a little bit young to understand that yet, but for Arlo as well, and Jess's children, they're just going to grow up knowing this, and it's and it was just so beautiful to have that conversation with Arlo. I captured a little bit of it on camera, but the funniest part, he was like, oh, it's a lot of work, you know. It's a lot of work. You got to get the milk. It's messy. Yeah,
it's super messy.
Well, thanks, Arlo.
And then also, like, the kids are going to be able to watch these videos, you know?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, for sure. What will Jess be to my kids, or what will they call her? Well, Jess will be Auntie Jess from the get-go, but also knowing, you know, as we tell them their story, and I think the books that I have envisioned, like, I haven't really told you, but I want to customize them to have Jess in it, and Auntie Jess gave, you know, Mama an egg, so they know it's Auntie Jess, but Auntie Jess is special. Everyone's special in their life, but they will. I think it's important, especially when they're young, not to confuse them with genetics and biology, whatnot. As they grow older, they'll understand those terms and know what they mean. But Jess will be Auntie Jess, but she'll be a very special Auntie Jess. What else did I have here? Do you have any other questions that people have asked you, or anything else?
Some people have asked, like, if I've always wanted to be an egg donor. No. Not necessarily. I hadn't really thought of it, and to be fair, I only want to be an egg donor for Tez and John. And because we're so close, and because we're family, and because of all the reasons that we spoke of right now, like, yes, definitely want to be an egg donor for them. No plans to be egg donors for anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in New Zealand and Australia, I don't know if any other countries, it is, I struggle pronouncing this word, but altruistic, which means you can't pay someone for their egg donation in these countries, or, yeah, it just has to be 100% altruistic. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, if you are considering like it and it is within your heart, because of that, there are a lack of donors in Australia and New Zealand. And like, yeah, originally one of my struggles was like, if you're waiting on a donor in Australia or New Zealand, you're waiting for years. And especially for me, because I had to grieve not only my own genetics, but my culture as well, being Māori. And I'm like, it was just not possible for me. It's not going to happen without Jess, you know. Overseas at the banks I was looking at, you know, in America or, you know, some Asian countries, Mexico, there's a lot. There's banks over there and there's profiles. Obviously they get paid to do that, so not saying that's their only reason for why they want to do it. There's obviously a deep yearning within them that, yes, I'd like to do this and help someone else start their family. But there's always a little bit of an incentive there, whereas in Australia and New Zealand, there's not. So, yeah, I don't know, it would be cool to see more people consider donating, even if you don't know the person, but yeah, for a bank. And we're going to document the whole journey so we can show our experience and Jessie's experience as a donor. But yeah, I am in a few Facebook groups where, yeah, it's quite sad. It's like in New Zealand and Australia, it's in there, they're going to these Facebook groups to ask people because, yeah, you're waiting for years and you can't really be waiting for years for a donor. So if it is on your heart, it's in great need in these countries and it's a beautiful gesture. And if that feels right for you, it could be, something worth exploring. Yeah. I don't know if I've got any more. I think those are honestly the most common questions that we've had so far.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at now. So, I think as we go, we might do another one. If you've got any other questions, like drop them in the comments as well, because we will do another one probably when Jess is in Australia and we're at the egg retrieval stage, which could be in a few months' time, which is very exciting. And we'll document the whole journey. And yeah.
Oh, and thank you for all the comments so far. And yeah, I think we've both been inundated with DMs from people and just feeling really loved. And it's just, yeah, it's been so nice being able to share and receive all the love. So
yeah, I second that so much. It is quite vulnerable sharing this online, and the comments, the support that we've had, it's been like, it just helps so much.
Yeah.
Emotionally, and just to continue sharing it. And yeah, we are forever grateful for your support and your kind words. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to
our chit chats with Jess and Tez.